Hello, everybody. This is Daniel Wynn, and I want to thank you for joining me this afternoon for the online lead generation for doctors webinar. And I wanted to do this webinar because over the last year or so working with the anti-aging doctors, I've gotten to know many of you, and I've gotten to look at a lot of the websites, and it really I've learned that fundamentally there's a lot of work that needs to be done inside the industry because there are a handful of uh, doctors and clinics and practices that get the marketing, and the doctors have a marketing mindset, and then there's the rest of the group. So I wanted to emphasize that when you're in business, um, when you went to medical school, they didn't teach you how to market, and they didn't teach you lead generation. And what I want to do is I want to show you some very basic lead generations that all businesses should know and all businesses should practice, and how you can track those leads and how you can know whether or not your marketing is effective. And today we're going to specifically talk about online lead generation. So we're not going to be talking about sending out newsletters or putting ads in the newspaper or the yellow pages. So we're going to focus on online lead generation. And that means business that comes from the internet, such as your website, YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook. Most of the time it's going to come from local searches, which people are searching online. They come into your funnel, and you have to do something when people come into your funnel. And I've been doing these webinars for the last 2 years, and I've shown you how to build out an autoresponder series so when people give you their email, you nurture those leads and convert those leads into customers. So today we're going to focus on doing that online with phone calls. And there's 3 ways that you can get found on the internet in the way that people search. Google controls about 67% of the searches, or 2/3 of all searches begin on Google, whether it's on the laptop computer, home computer, or your smartphone. And what's happening is there's 3 ways that any business can get on Google page 1. The first one is called pay-per-click, and that is the fastest way to get onto page 1 because you just pay for the keywords that you want. And I've done a webinar on pay-per-click. If you'd like to information on that webinar, just send me an email and I will send you the link for that pay-per-click webinar. The second way is Google Places, and we're going to spend a little time on that. And that's the map where people can find you on the map when they search on their smartphones or on the Google search. Then the last way is organically, and that's where you take your website and you get some marketing SEO company, and they help you get your website to be found on page 1. And all 3 of these methods are effective. All 3 of them work. And you as a business owner should have a strategy to work all 3 of these because they all can fit inside a budget. And what's cool about working with medical doctors in different parts of the country is that if I was to say that most of, I was saying earlier that a lot of the medical professionals I work with don't have a lot of marketing expertise. And so that works across the board. So that means when we go into these towns, your competition doesn't have a lot of expertise. So it's easier for us to show you and teach you and work with you to get you onto the first page in your local market because you're not trying to be branded across the United States, which would cost a lot more money, time, and expense. You're basically trying to dominate your area, whether that's Naperville, Illinois, or Long Beach, California, or Roswell, Georgia. So it's really important that you have a strategy to be found on all 3 of these methods. And Google Google Places has free listings, and most of the directories are free listings. Imagine that you can have your own kind of like mini website, even if you don't have a website, for free. And here's what it looks like. Oh, now here's what we want. Here's where we want to be found. You want to be found when people are searching on their smartphones or on their computer. You want to pop up as one of these little red dots, which is a Google Places placement. And you want to be found. Google right now is only showing, depending on how, your category, they're only showing the top 3 to 7 listings on page 1. So although that your listing can be claimed for free, and you can put your own pictures and videos on it. Getting to page 1 in your city, depending on the city size and competition, will take a little bit of expertise. And that's where we've been helping our business partners with over the last couple of years. So you want to be found on Google, but you also want to be found on the top. You want to be found at the top 3 to 7 listings. And when you have a good listing, this is what it could look like. This is a listing of a doctor that has great optimization, pictures, and they have reviews. And it's very important. There's very few doctors that I see that have any reviews showing up in their Google Places page because they don't have a strategy for getting those reviews shown. Now, in the restaurant industry, they have hundreds upon hundreds of reviews, and it's very important if you're a steakhouse in Chicago that you have a lot of reviews because Google ranks you higher the more reviews you have. So right now in the medical industry, most doctors don't have a lot of reviews, but I'm teaching my doctors to claim the reviews and use the reviews because I want them to get onto the page 1 with the first 1 through 7 listings with Google, and also I want them to stay there. And if you plan on staying there and getting there, you're going to need to add reviews to your strategy. So, local online marketing such as Google, Yahoo, and Bing are very valuable real estate. With those listings, you can add videos, pictures, reviews, and coupons. You can even add the products that you want to sell. You can link to your website, and if you don't have a website, these local listings can be or act as your website. And there are a dozen of relevant directories for the medical industry. Now, the big 3 are Google, Yahoo, and Bing. Then you go into Yelp and City Search. And then there's some paid ones. And then there's some very good medical listing directories that we also like to work with. So here's an example of a local Yahoo listing for one of the doctors in Georgia, and there's a listing and a review. And a recent report from Forrester Research just released said that over 90% of small businesses said that the top way for getting new businesses was with search engine marketing. So it's really important that you add search engine marketing to your strategy for getting business. And how are people searching today? I know myself that I use my smartphone, constantly to search. I hit the little button in the left and I say, this is where I am. And then I said, hey, where's the nearest place to get a haircut? Or where can I go get a burger? Or where can I... And that's how people are searching. I mean, my mom is now like 65, and now she has a smartphone. And she's searching for things just like everybody is now. The mobile search is the fastest growing way to search. And when we talk about finding those little red pins in Google, you want to be the doctor that shows up when somebody has, whether it's they want to lose weight or they want to, feel better, whatever it is, you need to claim these listings so you are where people are searching. And what's really important, and what we're working with our doctors and teaching them, is that they need to use a unique phone number and a call tracking system so you know how many calls are coming in from these directories. I mean, if you're going to take the time to set up the directories and claim the directories, for a very nominal amount of money, I think it's like $10 a month, you can actually get a new number, add that number, and that number will be forwarded to your primary number that your staff already answers. But more importantly, you'll be able to see how many calls actually come in each day. And if you are really curious about how those calls are answered, you can have those calls recorded and you can listen to them at your leisure to make sure that your staff is using best practices when they're answering the phone with your new potential clients. Now here's some listings that we've done for some doctors, once again in Georgia, where they were in the number 3 spot under the long-term anti-aging medicine in Georgia. So that's a pretty big search. We're not asking for Atlanta. We asked for the whole state of Georgia, and our listing came up in the top 3. What's also cool about with the listings with Google is Google gives you very valuable feedback right away. So if you've optimized your Google Places page and have to set it up the proper way to get listed highly in the Google search engine, they're going to give you a report and tell you how many people actually saw your Google Places page, how many clicked on it, and they're going to tell you what zip codes they came from and the keywords that were searched the most. This is very valuable information that you can use to keep optimizing your websites and your marketing in the future. Here's another doctor that we worked with down in Florida that became the number 2 listing for very high cost AdWords or ad spend, which would be hormone replacement therapy. So hormone replacement therapy keyword is a $3 to $5 per click keyword. And here, with no keyword or dollar per click, we have the listing in the number 2 spot, right underneath the paid top 3 searches for the keyword hormone replacement therapy, Fort Lauderdale. Now here's a really cool way for you to find out exactly how your business is ranking locally. This is a new service that you can go to and click on for free at the win.localrankingreport.com. All you have to do is enter your phone number. You enter your phone number and it prints out it produces a report that shows you which of your listings have been claimed, if they have, and if they were claimed, how your business ranks, under what keywords. And you'll know in a minute, exactly where you stand. And I really encourage everybody on the call to go produce your own free report and see how you're ranking locally in the top 3, Google, Yahoo, Bing, Yelp, CitySearch, and Super Pages. So what is your lead generation plan? The first thing you should do is you need to get out there and claim your free listings. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. This isn't like Yellow Pages where they're trying to sign you up for $300, $400, $500 a month. Claim your free listings. Create an email and phone call funnel. Be able to track your emails and phone calls. This is very important. I mean, what good is it if you're spending money every month on marketing and you can't track where the calls come from? Decide who will implement the plan and get it started. And we totally encourage you to automate your email service. We've done webinars on email autoresponders. If you'd like to see one of those webinars, just send me an email. I'll give you the link for that on our website. Sign up for call tracking reports. As I said earlier, for $7 to $10 a month, you can track and know how many calls are coming into your office, what time of day they're coming in, and how long they are staying on the line with your office. So it's really important if you're going to have a marketing mindset that you track the dollars and track the calls so you know what's coming in. The other thing that's really important is that you need to add the client endorsements and citations so Google will find you more relevant, and as your competitors begin adding endorsements and referral citations, you will be ahead of them and ahead of the game. So last but not least, go to the commit to creating a new patient lead generation program. We'd be more than happy to talk to you about how to set that up. And here are the action steps that you need to, once again, claim your valuable online real estate, add a tracking number, sign up for the free Google, Yahoo, Bing, and other directory services, call us for a marketing review, and here's our number, 1-800-816-9777. So I went through this pretty quickly. If you got on the call late, I am recording this webinar, and I will, if you shoot me an email, I'll be happy to send you a link so you can go back and review it. I really encourage you guys to go back to the free service that I showed you, put in your phone number, print out the report. If you have any questions on local marketing, please give me a call, and thank you for spending some time with us today.